We're going to keep our main branch here, and then I have 2 arms. Now when this one was initially planted, it had these 3 shoots on it, so I just left them. But now this one here that's come up, we're going to take it off first. And you want to leave a little bit of distance from where it meets the other arm, okay? So we don't need this one, it's done. A little bit. Now when you're cutting them off, I'll pass this around. You can see that this is alive. It's green. Now if you cut it off and it's all brown, it's not alive there. So go back another joint until you find the green. Yeah, I've got 2 extra there. I try to keep it as close to the wire. This one is good and clean below. Let's take this one off. So we're pretty good. Then we're just going to take a few of these. Okay, that one's green. Green. Try to leave at least 3 if you can shoots, and those will be where your grapes will come out.
You show them right. This is where your grape's going to come out right here. Little odd
Yeah, your little nodules.
You want 4 of those?
3 to 4, 3 minimum. This one is pretty small, so we're just doing the 3. Here he comes here. Okay, then we want to see. All right, so.
Good one. Are you going to grow vines?
Yes.
Then it's like Candy is going, you want to prune, first of all you want to prune any of the dead stuff, and then we don't want the grapes growing into each other.
Because it's up to the wire now. And there's different things you can use. You got the little twisties. I use a staple gun. You can find these at most plant stores, or online is where we found ours.
What do you call it?
She's putting that on the support when that, as that thing
I don't
goes
know
out.
what you call it. I call it staples. It's like a little staple thing, and you can
right here. See
you
this?
can come over and take a look here.
Over.
That's just holding that on there.
You can get that
But one thing you have to do once you put it on is make sure the skinny end is at the wire, and then the fatter end is around the plant, because it'll expand as the plant grows. So there's that. Take the string off here.
Okay, who's our first volunteer here to try the next vine?
Flop over if you don't give it something to grab a hold of. So this gives it something to grab, and it'll grow up to that top wire.
So you don't wrap the branch at all?
Just a minimal, and then it just
Gotcha.
goes.
Wow.
Because it's going to send a shoot out from these little nodules. So.
Do you water these, or?
No, we have not had to water them.
If you're doing this for the first year, should you kind of limit yourself to like 20 plants, or can you go hog wild with 100, or what do you recommend?
Well, we went hog wild with almost 800, so, but it's up to you however much space you have and how much time you think you can devote to them.
Now, will the deer eat the plant or just the grapes?
Both.
Both?
They don't discern, they just chomp.
Chomp.
How do you keep them off?
Electric fence.
The dogs have been the most effective way.
How'd you set your post?
The metal ones?
Yeah.
We have a post, I don't know what you call it. It's a pounder.
Yeah.
On top, and you go wham,
I couldn't figure to do that. So that's what you used on these?
Yes, and my very
Jiminy Christmas.
strong, just turned quarter of a century son had that job.
Oh, okay.
Now, why did you pick this one as opposed to that one?
This is our main trunk.
All right.
This,
my dad
this
said,
is a
well,
shorty.
don't
This
worry
one
about
that
it, just
goes
prune the
all
hell
the
out of
way
it,
up.
as long as you don't trip.
This is just an arm.
He said you
that
can't really
they
grab
are.
it.
New growth off.
Now, and you'll see
Just
some of
trim
the
it out of
arms
it.
I went ahead
Like
and
those
let them
berries
go
are
to the
already-
top
they're just-
wire.
In 2 weeks,
So that one I think I'm just going to leave it up there. All right, now this.
Now this isn't a 6-cluster plant
Yeah.
here, is
No,
it?
this
You
is
gotta
a
take it back to
5-year-old
the
plant. This will be its 6th season. We want it to go crazy.
Sure they had suppliers of it this year. They're all standing. We just have one.
Now,
Hit the wire.
bottle of wine wise, what would this one plant represent?
They say 1.1 gallon per plant.
1.1
approximately.
gallon.
But I'm going to say that the Concords will probably be a little heavier than that. That's what they rated
Wow.
for the plants.
Gallon per plant.
Yeah, they have to give you a rating when you do this as a winery. They rate you and give you a quantity that we are allowed to produce each year. So our production quantity is about 3,200 gallons, 25% of which comes from this vineyard. The rest we have to, go to other vineyards to get.
Wow. Now you buying from other local people, or?
There are none in West Virginia. The only vineyards in West Virginia are farm wineries, and they can't produce enough for themselves. So we go to Pennsylvania. That's where we're
What's
getting
farm winery mean?
it.
They're doing their grapes for their own wine?
Most states, you're either a vineyard or a winery.
All right.
Okay? In West Virginia, you have to do both. If you want to be a winery, you have to also grow the grapes.
So farm winery, growing them, not
them
making
and
wine.
producing it.
Oh, and producing. They are making wine
Yeah,
too.
you do it start to finish. Yeah. Which I like. I mean, it.
We're kind of fascinated.
Well, that's good to know, because now I'm not going to grow as many vines as I was.
Well, and if any of you have acreage and you're interested in starting a vineyard, not just a winery, but just a vineyard to supply wineries, talk to the winery that's closest to you before you plant.
Yeah, you find out what varieties are.
Yeah.
Strong
You-
ones on.
Anybody that wants to do that, yeah.
Isn't there a vineyard and winery out in Wood County?
When you read, they say, oh, Concord.
Yes.
Table grapes.
Yeah, there is.
Who's a good one?
Well, how many acres is this spot right here?
About 2 acres if you count around the fence, the perimeter. Yeah.
Who picks the grapes?
Whoever we can get to come help us. We call up our kids, and as soon as we have an idea when we're doing it, we see who's available. We have a local pastor and his wife